with your media? Is there anyone that, from a media perspective, that you've kind of sought advice from, or was there any kind of courses that you've gone on, or help to get you obviously on the airwaves?
No, so what I have done is listen to a lot more and watched a lot more cricket, just to try and get a feel for the way people do things and go about it, and whether I can kind of learn from that.
Do you feel yourself almost watching something and like listening from a different perspective now, because you're almost picking up on things?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. But I think it's just the same with anything. Like I've spent my whole career trying to be better at cricket, and listening to a lot of people, watching a lot of people, and trying to adapt my game accordingly and try and improve myself. And that's no different in the media. I think if you want to be good at something, you've got to watch how other people do it and learn from that and adapt it to. Obviously, you want to be yourself and be your own person, and show off your own character and personality. But at the same time, you do have to watch other people and learn from that.
And part of that, obviously, there's different sorts of people in the media. Do you see yourself almost being that kind of colour person of giving those opinions and those thoughts, or more of the host, the presenter that's kind of not as kind of attached to the opinion side? And how do you kind of...
I don't know. I mean, I've got a lot of respect for people that do both. I think there's no reason why you can't do both. There's plenty of people that I think I'd like to have an opinion. I do have opinions about the game. I've played it for a long time, and I really enjoy it, and I enjoy watching and trying to add to what people are listening to or watching. So yeah, that's where my head's at with that sort of stuff.
And what about like getting into the media kind of as a career? I mean, this is going to be a bit of a feature for not just yourself, but other players that have played in all different levels of cricket. And it's not just about going in and being on TMS or Sky Sports, is it? There's different routes into the media for players that have played at varying levels. Do you think it's a good option? It is an option that's perhaps open to more than just your Test cricketers have played 100 games?
Absolutely, yeah. Anyone can do it. I don't think that. I mean, it is easier if you've played international cricket because of the status, yeah. But if you're good at something, then there's no reason why you can't go down that route. And there's, like you said, there's so many ways of getting into it. There's written media, radio. I mean, so many county games on 5 Live now, on Sports Extra, that you can kind of, they can't get enough commentators for that.
Jack
or
Brooks
people.
is probably a good example.
Exactly,
He
yeah.
does a lot, doesn't he?
It does.
And he's probably seeing that as a potential route, isn't he?
Yeah.
And is that an interesting, as a good solid county cricketer that's perhaps thinking that could be an option for him?
Absolutely. I think what people want to hear is informed opinions and knowledge about the game, and there's so much of that in Jack Brooks is a great example. He's played for a number of years, successful county cricketer, and he speaks really well about the game, and that's what people want to listen to. They want to hear expert opinion, and that's what he gives, and there's no reason why people can't go down that route. I think over the next few years, even more cricket's going to be on TV. You've got Sky's the new T20 or whatever it is, the 100 will be on terrestrial TV. So there's so many opportunities out there that I think it is a really, really good route to go down.
And I think stigma is probably the wrong word, but do you think people perhaps think that, oh, hang on, I'm not a Test cricketer, so I can't do the media? Do you think there is a little bit of that about?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it probably does put people off because they think, well,
everyone's on Sky pundits.
Well, you look at this. You look at the Sky commentary box, and it's all former England captains.
Yeah.
But I guess that can look quite daunting. But then you see the likes of Rob Key, obviously an international player. I'm trying to think who else has done. Charles Dagnall's been on there.
Yeah,
getting. So they've obviously worked hard at trying to get into that world, but they're doing a fantastic job of it, and they're getting opportunity. I don't think just because you're not a former England captain that you can't get into the media, because that's not the case. I mean, if you've got a passion for something and you're you know, it comes across because when I listen to commentators and pundits and whatever, no matter what sport, if they're passionate about something and care about the game, it comes across, and you can hear that, and that's what people want to hear. Like, so there's, as I said, like, just because you've not played international cricket, don't think that you can't have a route into the media, because there's so many opportunities, and I think those opportunities will get bigger and bigger over the next few years.
Is that something that, I'm not sure how much you're aware of, but is that something that you think the PCA perhaps good at in helping players to kind of develop something well off the pitch to help them for, you know, future careers, personal development opportunities? Is that something that's important to cricketers?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. Like, as we've said, we touched on it earlier, having that safety blanket there, that safety net, if cricket doesn't work out, having that kind of something to fall back on is so important, and then I think it almost takes pressure off you when you're still playing the game. If you've got that, whether it's a qualification, whether it's job opportunities when you do finish, it does make a huge difference. I've seen it firsthand at Lancashire with players. Kyle Hogg's a great example. He had his best 2 years when he had a job outside cricket. He had that sort of safety net, and he got 50 wickets in, you know, twice in 2 years, consecutive years. Unfortunately, you know, he got injured, but then he you know, he's gone from strength to strength in his job outside of cricket, which is great to see. And the PCA help no end with that, and it is so important. And the thing is, for me, like, a lot of people will think it's not, you know, we're so fortunate to be professional cricketers. It's such an amazing life that you have, however long it might last.
Yeah.
But it does end at some point, and it's why it's crucial to think about life after cricket.
Yeah, I guess you probably don't see much of Woody.
Yeah, I see a bit. Yeah.
He's obviously around a fair bit. You know, Lancashire's obviously one of his counties, and I guess the players must kind of appreciate that he's around to give that guidance and help. Yeah,
I think it's been great how he just comes in and out like he's part of the squad.
Yeah,
you know,
nice.
It's really nice, and he's just a mate to everyone. And yeah, I mean, it's so important. You can't stress enough how important it is to have that kind of, you know, Woody's there. He's not just like I said, he's just a mate. He's there just a shoulder to cry on, a friend to lean on, whatever it might be. He's there for you. He don't sort of shove himself in your face. He's not going to put pressure on you to do this and that outside of cricket, but he's there for you when you need him, which is fantastic. I like people who've got personality and character in it, that when that comes across on TV, it just makes it adds to the excitement and the enjoyment of watching the sport, that whatever sport it is. So for me, Peter Allis in golf is someone who I've absolutely loved listening to. He's sort of just sort of makes you feel like you're there, and it makes you feel like it's just a mate. Yeah, it's brilliant. Trying to think who else. Anyone in football? Perhaps give a couple of sports. Pundits, commentators. In football, again, it's like what else? So I like the kind of the passion and stuff that comes across, but also like, I'm a huge football fan, but I'm not an expert.
Yeah. And
someone telling me something I didn't know really interests me, and I think you get that with, you know, the likes of Gary Neville. I enjoyed Thierry Henry when he did it on Sky. People like that who just they seem to just give you a little snippet of what it's like to be a footballer and in that world, and I think that's really helpful.
Is anyone in cricket, I know it's difficult to single someone out, you've worked with someone, but is there one person that you think actually, from perhaps a different perspective, that you think, I really enjoy listening to them, or you enjoy being interviewed by, or?
Yeah, well, having a bit of a taste of what it, you know, being on the other side of the boundary and being in that world, I kind of, I've got a huge amount, probably more respect for all of them. You know, I played with Nasser, and I think he's great, and I think he speaks a lot of sense when I listen to him. But I mean, someone like Charles Dagnall, the way he kind of presents, he's obviously got the knowledge because he played the game, but he gets the best out of people. He's, you know, for me, I've got a good relationship with him, and he felt like he brought out the best in me. And when I listen to him, that's what he seems to. It's a real skill, that, to try and get those sort of nuggets of information out of people, and he does it brilliantly.